Okay, before we can look at naming acids, we're going to do a little bit of review on ionic compounds. And so the first part of this worksheet, we are going to be writing formulas for ionic compounds when we are given their names. So a few materials that you will need to be able to do this activity, you're going to need your periodic table with your oxidation numbers or your charges written up at the top. If you don't have those on your periodic table, pause and add those numbers now. You will also need your polyatomic ion chart, which looks like this. And that's where we're going to find the names, the formulas, and the charges for our polyatomic ions. So let's work through the first example together. So I'm being asked to write the correct chemical formula for these ionic compounds, and I'm starting with calcium hydroxide. So remember, when we write ionic compounds, we want to balance our positive and our negative charges. And when I look at my periodic table, I find that calcium is in column 2, so it has an oxidation number or a charge of +2. I go to my polyatomic ion chart. I find hydroxide. Its formula is OH, and it has a charge of -1. So I'm going to write my hydroxide over here. Now I can see here that my charges are unbalanced. I've got +2 on this side, and I have -1 on this side. So I need one more negative charge to balance that out. And now that my charges are balanced, I have 2 positive, I have 2 negative, I can write my formula. So I count my calcium, I have 1. So I'm gonna write Ca. Remember, in chemistry, we don't write a 1. We just leave it out. We understand that it's there. For our hydroxide, I count, I've got 1, 2. Let's go ahead and put that in parentheses and add our 2 at the end. And that 2 shows that I have 2 hydroxides. Each one has an O and an H. So now I can go into my sheet here and I can write CaOH2.